No president, no former president, not me, not one should have been given any exception to this.
So as you can see, Joe Biden was speaking earlier today, stuttering and stammering through his words, referring to himself as the former president of the United States, basically admitting what we already know, and that is that he is not the president anymore. In fact, he has not been the president ever since he announced that he was stepping down. And yes, folks, this means exactly what you think it means. Kamala Harris is the first woman president of the United States. And she has been the active president ever since Joe Biden announced that he was stepping down, aka ever since they forced Joe Biden out of the election. Now, I'm not just saying this because Joe Biden is already referring to himself as the former president of the United States. I'm saying this because if you know what's happening behind the scenes, you know that Kamala has already taken up all of the presidential duties. All of the meetings that Joe Biden was supposed to have, he's no longer attending those meetings. Kamala is. Kamala is meeting with various world leaders. Kamala has been ushered into the forefront. A lot of the stuff that's going on in the world, you see they give the president briefings about all of these things that are happening, like what's happening in Israel, Ukraine, for example. Joe Biden, he's no longer getting those briefings, folks. Now they're briefing Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is the president of the United States. Now, you may be asking, well, why didn't they go ahead and kick Biden out of the White House? Why didn't they invoke the 25th Amendment yet? Well, you see, folks, the Democrats are going to do whatever they can do, and it's going to be hard. They're going to do whatever they can do to get Joe Biden through this. Because you see, if they kick Joe Biden out now, if he does not make it through the rest of his term, then Kamala Harris is officially the first female president of the United States. And you see, that's the only thing they got going for them. Kamala Harris is a brain-dead bimbo, okay? That got to where she's at from sleeping with powerful people. So all they got is, oh, this is the first female president. This is the first female president. And then, of course, they're going to play it like, oh, this is the first black woman president. Even though Kamala Harris isn't black. I mean, if Kamala Harris is black, then I'm black too. If men can be women and women can be men and Kamala Harris can be black, you might as well call me black too. But that's what they're running on. They're running on identity politics. So if Kamala becomes president now, they're already popping that cherry. So now people aren't voting for Kamala because they want to vote for the first woman president or because they want to vote for a fake black woman. You know what I mean? So they can't pop that cherry. They can't, allow that to happen right now. So they got to carry this corpse for the next few months, and it's going to get bad. But they're already stuffing him in the closet. They're stuffing him in the basement. You're not going to hear much from him. Meanwhile, Kamala's all over the place now. And it's hilarious to watch because Kamala has been MIA for the last 4 years. She pops up at the official events when she needs to, but you have not seen or heard much from Kamala. I have never, in the history of my life, witnessed a vice president disappear in the way that Kamala has over the last 4 years. She was nowhere to be found. Definitely nowhere to be found at the southern border as murderers are pouring through and hurting women and kids. Nowhere to be found there. I mean, the chief of the southern border says that he hasn't seen her, and he's been working there for a couple of years now, or over a year at least. So she's been MIA for 4 entire years. Now all of a sudden, everywhere you look is Kamala Harris. Now all of a sudden she's speaking, she's doing this duty, she's doing that duty. making it look like she's been actually doing her job this whole time when she hasn't been doing diddly squat, but now she's in the forefront because now, folks, she's already the president of the United States. And the masses, the general public, they don't even realize it. But it's blatantly obvious. It's blatantly obvious to anyone that's paying attention. And all you got to do is look at some of these briefings that are happening in the White House. Look at some of these meetings that are taking place. And you will see that Kamala is the... I'm not going to say she's in charge because Joe Biden wasn't in charge either. But she's the figurehead. She's the one that's supposedly in charge now. Okay? She's the face in charge. Now, it's the same people behind the scenes pulling the strings. But, yeah, Joe Biden's already out of here. And it's going to be interesting watching how they try to navigate this whole entire situation up until the election. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I will talk to you all soon in the next video. And if you find yourself getting too wrapped up and too worked up about all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.